Welcome to Activate, your next level mindset podcast. I am your host, Coach Paul Ibarra, helping you reframe your mindset and activate your purpose so that you can live your life of freedom. Yo, and welcome back to another episode here on Activate Your Next Level Mindset podcast here on Facebook. I am Coach Paul Ibarra, your next level mindset coach, and I empower kingdom-minded leaders like yourself to discover your assignment, activate your purpose so that you can do life and business God's way. And so I just want to get this thing started. This is a pop-up live today. I'm going live on LinkedIn, all of my groups, and on my Facebook. So if you are coming in live, do me a huge favor and type that one. And if you're coming in on the replay, hashtag replay. And I am not on Clubhouse today. I'm strictly going live on Facebook because I wanted to share 3 of my tips from my book that as I was getting ready for tomorrow for my group sessions, I'm like, you know what, let me share some of these tips for everyone here on Facebook as well. So I just want to welcome, excuse me, Willie Maxwell, my brother. Good to see you as well, my man. Thank you so much for coming in. And those, and anyone else that is coming in live, do me a favor, let me know where you're coming in from. I got my brother Alex coming in all the way from the oil field. I believe he's in Kermit, Texas right now, getting ready for his week as well. So what's going on, Alex? Good to see you, bro. Thank you so much for coming in. And he's also just got back from a long excursion from Washington State visiting our family. And so I just wanted to just come in here really quick because I just want everyone to know these tips, because as I was going through them, we're going to be talking about completion of a thing and just completion in relationships and collaborations and all of those things tomorrow. And I saw some of my tips and I'm like, you know what, let me just jump on here really quick for about 5 to 10 minutes and share these tips. So yes, he is coming in from Kermit, Texas. I am coming in from Greeley, Colorado, and I'm excited for what I'm about to share today. So I'm just going to pick 3 different tips from my book. If you have not purchased my book, you could go to Amazon and go check that out. You want to look for 100 power tips to set you free. All right. And so I'm going to just pick them randomly because I have 10 different of my top tips that people had, did reviews for me and all of those good things. And I asked a bunch of the people, like, what were your favorite tips? And so one of the tips that I want to share with you today is life tip number 5. And it's your accountability and work determines how you overcome. Now, let me break that down for you. All right, we got 5 people live. Do me a favor, let me know where you are coming in from if you have not already. But life tip number 5 says your accountability and work determines how you overcome. So part of that tip is, do you have goals? Are they in front of you or tucked away neatly in a journal on your dresser or a Post-it surrounded by other Post-its? No matter where these goals are written down, if you are not accountable to someone, then 9 times out of 10, the ball drops because there is no one helping you stay on track. And if you're not on track, the work that it takes to get things done will sit in that journal, will sit on that Post-it, and you will never overcome the obstacle that keeps you from accomplishing the vision. So what's the obstacle? What's the obstacle that normally stops people from overcoming what they want to accomplish? Here it is. You. The person is usually the obstacle, because let's keep it real. We can only blame people for so long. We can only blame circumstances for so long, right? So if you work for a boss, if you work for a company, if you're working for corporate, or even if you're working for yourself, you have clients, you have customers, you have people that are part of your ministry that are looking up to you, that are waiting for you to finish and accomplish everything that has to be accomplished in order for the train to keep moving, right? It's the same with everything in life. So these life tips can literally help you in every area of your life if you really truly apply these principles. So again, that obstacle is you. And it's time to overcome by staying accountable and putting in the work. And I'm gonna be honest, there was a time in my life that I didn't want to be accountable to myself. I didn't want to be accountable to anybody. I just never accomplished anything, never completed anything for myself. You follow what I'm saying? And so that's where all of these tips come from, because I know what it's like to procrastinate. I know what it's like to have all that exhaustion in your mind. I know what it's like to not complete those things. We got Alex saying, I got goals, and then my wife reminds me of our vision for retirement. She saves better than me. Absolutely. My wife, too. There's times when I get myself in trouble because I'm like, ooh, shiny squirrel syndrome. But we just can't do that, right? So that's life tip number 5. Your accountability and work determines how you overcome. Now, this next one that I want to bring out is for my content creators, is for those people that are maybe writing a book, or maybe they have this dream or this passion to like do something, or even just your business owner, whether you're a contractor, no matter what that is, right? Life tip number 75 is what inspired you will inspire others. Now, what does that mean? Listen, this one here is pretty simple. What has inspired you to create changes in your life, right? What has inspired you to create changes in your life? What craft have you picked up along the way? And remember the moment or the person you saw in this element that caused that spark of interest in you to begin it. Now, I know for myself, I saw people working on cars. I saw people building uh, houses. I myself was that concrete worker, all of those things, landscape, art, all of that. A lot of that stuff inspired me to be able to go after something. So it's the same with you. Whatever has inspired you just may inspire someone else. It doesn't matter what it is. So many times people will look at their life and say, well, you know what? I'm just a mechanic, or I'm just another coach, or let's just be honest, I'm just out here in the oil field, right? Or I'm a teacher, whatever that is. But what inspired you is going to inspire somebody else. And so this whole concept of life coaching, honestly, I've been in life coaching for a lot of years. I've just been getting paid for it for the last 2 because it's in us. It's something that we do, right? No matter if you say, I don't like to teach nobody nothing, stop, because you're still teaching somebody something by doing something. And so in those moments, what sparked your interest can also spark someone else's interest. You follow what I'm saying? And when you saw somebody else doing something that you knew that you could do and you did it, how did that make you feel? Obviously, it made you feel good, because if you're still in that business or that job, something about it made you feel accomplished. So, how much joy did you receive from that? Think about it this way. How much joy can somebody else receive from that inspiration that you gave them? Right? So, my question in that tip is, are you willing to share that craft or gift with someone today? Because you never know what it is. Everyone's watching you. Everyone's doing something. There's so many people watching you that you don't even know. There are people that are watching you that you don't even know. You just do things and do them, and you're not even being intentional about them, and people watch you. I've had so many people say, man, when you told me this one thing, or when you said this one thing, and I'm like, when did I even say that? It's just sometimes things flow out of our mouths. Maybe there's some action. And the other side of it is this: people watch you and they may just be catching you doing the wrong thing. So either way, you're an impact into someone's life, right? So we got Facebook users saying hi, yes, and true. I don't know who a Facebook user is. I don't know why it's not coming through, but all I see is Facebook user. So that was life tip number 75. What inspired you will inspire others. Let me see here. All right, so this one right here, this one, like I'm not bragging, but this is my number one life tip that I've had the most amount of people tell me that this life tip right here was fire. And that's life tip number 33. And I don't even have to read my notes. It takes work to be consistent. Life tip number 33. What's going on, Deborah? Thank you so much. Life tip number 33, my friend. It takes work to be consistent. It takes work for my ugly mug to get on this camera. It takes work for me to create content. It takes work for me to dig up stuff from my book. It takes work for me to consistently drink water. It takes work to get in that gym. It takes work to keep things polished. It takes work to do the thing, and it takes work to be consistent. So I'm going to read from the book what it says. Are you in a place where nothing seems to stick? I mean, really face it. Even keeping up with the daily reading of this book has fallen off, right? There's been some of you that have purchased the book and you probably read like 5 chapters. You probably thumbed through it because trust me, I do it too, right? I do it too. I'm not a writer and I'm not a big reader, but I just go through my book sometimes and I'm like, oh, that's a pretty good tip. That's a pretty good tip. But that's how I designed the book, though. That's how I designed it to where it wasn't like you had to sit and read this story. They're life tips. It's pretty simple. All you do is you read it and then you have the game plan piece, you journal, and that's it. It's a wrap, right? However, how many things are in your life that you start and then you don't complete? Consistency takes work, right? You may just skip over the pages. You may just skip over things. Listen, I'm not even going to read from the book because I can speak to this piece like without any notes whatsoever because I was the most inconsistent dude on the face of this planet. But my life changed when God began to speak to me and said, I have a call and a mission for your life. And the reason why you are not the impact that you think you are is because people see that you're not consistent. And so in that inconsistency, guess what I'm creating? Inconsistent people. And so if there's inconsistent people, then shame on me as a pastor, as a coach, as a father, as a husband, as a teacher, as a guide, right? But when we get into that place of being consistent, it's going to take work, baby. It takes work, but it's worth it. And one piece of advice that I will give you is this. You have one life. You have one mission. You have one calling. Don't waste it. No matter where you are at, no matter what that one thing is, just get after it, go after it, do what you're called to do, and just get it done because it does take work to be consistent. All right. So listen, this is Pastor Paul, your next level mindset coach. I wanted to stop by really quick just to say what up and just see my peoples. I got my brother saying once I became consistent in all areas of my life, my home life changed and finances changed. My relationship with God changed. Absolutely, bro. You're reading my mail. Once the way you do one thing is the way you do all things, right? The way you do the one thing is the way you're going to do all things. It took work for me to lose 55 pounds, but it was constant every day. There were some weeks that all I lost was 3/4 of a pound, but that was okay. There were some weeks that I lost 2 to 3 pounds, and that was cool. No matter what it took that work to be consistent. If I would have lost the weight in 2 or 3 months, right? And then all of a sudden just go back to the thing, people ain't going to believe the impact. My brother himself, I used to tell him all the time, like, this is how you lose weight. And he's like, yeah, okay, you're about the same size as I am. Until you lose that weight, then I'll listen. You know what I'm saying? So listen, we got Lisa Hatterley saying, wow, I really needed this. I needed this today. I go back to my own book sometimes and I'm like, okay, what did I write? Well, that was pretty good. Listen, get out there. Let's be consistent. We have a job to do. We have things to do. We got to get out there, right? Yep, real spit. It's truth. All right. So listen, anyone out there that really wants to understand what networking is, what community is, I want you to go to my website, kingdomlinkednetwork.com. All right. Right now, we are pushing this thing and we're pushing it hard. I wish I had the video up to share the testimony from Justin Kaplan. But anyway, go to kingdomlinkednetwork.com. All right, we are building this thing. We're moving forward. We got some things coming out. Been working in the lab, and come check us out. All right, you get a free pass. You come to a Zoom meeting. You check it out. You see what it's all about. We have 52 members right now, and the goal for next year this time is to have 152 members. So I need 100 new members in this network. So if that's what you're about, you want to network with other business owners, other kingdom-minded leaders, then this is the network for you. All right. Reach out to me if you need me. But that's all I got today, y'all. I just wanted to stop by really quick, just tell y'all that I love you guys. I just wanted to come on and just say what up. But yeah, I just thought I would share that. And with that being said, y'all have a great day. All right. Peace.